boxing in the heavyweight division. Introducing in the red corner, from Louisville, Kentucky. He is rated number 3 by the WBC. He is the USBA heavyweight champion, weighing 221 1/2 pounds. Here is Greg Page. And in the blue corner, from Halifax, Nova Scotia, weighing 218 pounds. He is the current Canadian heavyweight champion. He is ranked 4th by the WBC. Introducing Trevor Berbick.
One thing about Page, he used to be cocky, almost arrogant as a kid. He has changed for much the better in that respect. Now, the willingness, the outspokenness to say, no, I'm not ready. I'm not looking for a title bout for the next year. I want to develop as a fighter. That would have not been possible from Page, in my opinion, 4 years ago or so. Once he got his comeuppance rudely in Houston, Texas, representing the United States against Cuba in an international boxing competition. Teofilo Stevenson did not come to Houston for that competition. Instead, his backup man, a fellow named Millan, did. In the first round, Page toyed with Millan, beat him all over the ring. Suddenly fell prey to the Cubans' tactics, brawling and mauling. In the second and third rounds, lost the bout. It had a deep effect on Page for a long time. This fight begins. The quickness of Page's left, even though Berbick, keeping his distance well, caused the miss of both. Berbick getting his jab in, but lightly. Page, the red trunks, Berbick, the white. Things just underway, 40 seconds, first round. Good left and right combination by Page. Page knows how to use the head to slip punches, not with the skills of a Wilfred Benitez or a Muhammad Ali. Good left, short, snapping left by Berbick to that Page head. An easy fighter to hit defensively. Berbick, peculiar stance, angles the body, diminishes the amount of body target for the opponent to get to. Referee is Carlos Padilla, man who refereed the Thriller in Manila, and then the first Leonard Duran bout, where Padilla became a figure of controversy. 3 judges will be scoring the fight, and Berbick caught Page, and he shakes his head with a good right. We have 50 seconds left in round 1. And Berbick has the look of an interesting fighter at this point in time, and it's early. A good left by Berbick. He's catching Page frequently.
No rest. Don't give him no rest, Trevor.
Berbick outboxing Page in this first round, in my view. Left there by Page. Good right by Page to the face, and then a good left to the body. This may be an interesting fight. The bell for round 2. Interesting first round. Page Page rallied in the late seconds, but Berbick was ahead of him during much of the first round, scoring well on at least 3 occasions. Quick left by Page, followed by a good quick right. Look at Berbick. Counter punch to the Page midsection, and Page felt it. Page with a right lead. Berbick fights right back. This kid Berbick's got some stuff. He is hurting Page. Out comes Page's mouthpiece. Carlos Padilla made no attempt to move in when Page was halfway to the floor on the ropes. And Trevor Berbick is putting on some display.
Wow.
Now Page is out of there, shaking his head. His eyes a little glassy, glazed. Trevor Berbick surprising everybody here. Beautifully built guy, too. Started with a superb counter-punching barrage to the belly. And he whipped Page across the ring to the corner. Page's corner, as a matter of fact. Page appeared to have gone down. But he never reached the floor, and Padilla never interceded. We have a minute to go in round 2. Caution from Padilla to Berbick. Berbick is talking to Page, complaining about thumbing in the eye. Time doesn't permit us at this moment to talk about thumbs in the eye, but there's a kid sitting down the aisle from me right now named Ray Leonard. And he'll tell you about fighters' eyes and retinal surgery. 25 seconds left. And earlier we saw Ernie Shavers defeated by Jim Quick Dillis. I don't think for a fact that Shavers should be allowed to fight anymore. I'm worried about his eye. Floyd Patterson makes a good argument for the thumbless glove. The end of the round at hand. Berbick round. All right, let's take a look at what Berbick did to Page in that second round. There's a good left that hurt Page. Back he went. Now there's Page beginning to go down. Was it a slip or was it the punches? And while down, his hands at his sides, Berbick simply had target practice against the opponent. Then up. Somehow Page got out of that corner. Giving instructions in Cooney's dressing room. We've just begun round 4. Berbick against Page. Berbick white trunks, Page red trunks. Berbick surprising performer thus far. Page scoring more in this round with his long left. Problem is he delivers the left going away, and it's without real power behind it, or so it seems. Scored again with it. This is 4th round action. Since being almost floored in round 2, Page has changed his style. He's grown wary, kept his distance, boxing, as you just saw. Berbick out of reach. Greg moving backwards, keeps bobbing his head. Did not get through Berbick's defenses that time. Distance where Page is throwing those lefts, he can't get power behind him. when he goes inside, he faces the risk of what happened to him in round 2. Berbick unleashed a furious counter-punching sally to the belly and boxed him across the ring into the corner, and then just delivered about 12 unanswered blows and almost put Page down. Berbick works that stomach well, but in a good left hook. Page hurt by a sharp right. He was against the ropes, and you could see the eyes betray the hurt. Look at Berbick work over the middle in that infighting. Came in with an uppercut that you may not have been able to see, but he scored with it. Let's look at some of that action. Replay. Now watch closely for the Berbick right. That was a left, and that was the right, and then the left again. Good flurry. Waiting for round 5, and that, my friends, is the gentleman from Halifax, Nova Scotia, named Trevor Berbick, fighting himself a very efficient fight. Second round, and again in the 4th round. He had Page in apparently serious trouble in the 2nd round, though no knockdown was recorded. In the 4th round, he had Page hurt, though the hurt was a very brief duration. Now round 5. Padilla, the referee, very well known for a variety of reasons. 3 judges saw the fight. The referee, no voice in it. This, of course, is scheduled 10-round. Page almost lost his mouthpiece for the 2nd time. It went out in the 2nd round, you'll remember. In the corner, exactly where he had him in the 2nd round. And again, Page almost lost his mouthpiece. Had to push it back in with his left glove. But Page in the corner really takes the punishment from Berbick, who obviously knows how to work an opponent against the ropes and how he can work to the midsection, where the accumulative impact upon an opponent is, of course, debilitating. To anything like his early potential in his recent outings. Witness the Jimmy Young affair, the Chaplin affair. Don't do that, Carlos Padilla cautions Page. Page apologizes, but he spun Berbick around, and his tactic was clearly illegal. So we are approaching the end of round 5, and Mr. Berbick is acquitting himself nobly. And we have yet to put the lights on. The top of the ring, which will increase the heat within the ring to well over 100 degrees. It's still over 90 at ringside. When we got here and the sun was still out strongly, it was 116 degrees at ringside. Round 7, scheduled 10 rounds. Anything to be drawn from this fight thus far, it is that Greg Page's development as a good snapping right by Greg against Berbick's chin. Remember, Greg finished the last round scoring nicely in the second half of the round, but his development has not come along as rapidly as expected. And another thing to be drawn from this is that Mr. Berbick is not an easy kind of cookie to fight. Again, 7th round action. Halfway through the round. Crowd is sitting here quietly enough, not excited by what they're now seeing, but you can sense the acceleration of tension. Think of how it must be for Cooney and Holmes. Think of the last 24 hours. Think of what a fighter thinks about when he walks down the aisle to the ring. How will it be when I come out? An inevitable stream of consciousness going through the mind. What will it be like in there? Thus far, this round speaks for itself. After round 3, we noted that Page had changed his style. Crowd thought that punch landed harder than it did. He half slipped it, Page did, with his head. What do you think Larry's really thinking about? Larry, you hear everything I'm saying right now. Deep inside, you know what it's like. Been through it before. Now they're bandaging Jerry Cooney's hands. Ringside crowd, the fight. Start of round 8. Page red trunks, Berbick white. Page did better the last 2 rounds. This can be a close fight in the scoring. When it's all over, if Page can have continued success with his boxing. The physical damage has been done by Berbick. 2nd round, 3rd round, 5th round. But no knockdowns, one near one in the 2nd round. Where Berbick can do his damage. Page must get out of there. Berbick all over him. Page was lax in the manner in which he finally got out of there and started toward ring center because Berbick followed him immediately. Now he's got him. Berbick does in the other corner. And first he works the belly. Then he moves up. Page is saying you didn't hurt me. He's talking to Berbick now. But Page has been hurt in this fight. Not just physically, but I suspect in his inability to impress people with his development. Berbick got in a good blow to the belly. Page scoring with the left jab. Page's attempted right was very nicely picked off by Berbick with his left glove. Wild on the part of Berbick. Amateurish at that instant. And we approach the end of the 8th round. In the corner to my right, Berbick coming in the corner right across the ring. Berbick, white trunks, Page, red. Fight again. Looked like it might be an outstanding. In the recent rounds, hasn't been that exciting, although be called interesting in an analytical sense because of Trevor Berbick's curious style. Page in the corner again. That's where he scores. Notice the last punch delivered was a left to the midriff. Berbick again has Page on the ropes. And again, that's when he makes the most of it. The easy thing is to cop out. Say, you can't tell what the officials are going to score. There's no cop out here. If this fight were to end at the end of this round, I would give it to Trevor Berbick. It was a dangerous fight. Page was hurt again by a left and a right by Berbick. You saw him kind of fall back into the ropes, directly over him. His back against the ropes. Now he gets out of there. He continues to try to move. He continues to bounce on his toes. The legs are not quite what they were when this fight started. Using the left lead to try and ward Berbick off. That happened to have been one of Page's better connections. A left, a right, and again a left. Now Berbick again pulls him into the corner. Page is again bottled up. Berbick not this time connecting with the flurry of blows, but give them credit for this. Up there in that ring, heaven knows what the heat is. Slow motion replay. Watch this from Berbick. First the left, then the right. And that's when Page was hurt. I must say Greg is trimmed down. He looks better in the stomach than I've seen him look in the last year and a half. 10th and final round. briefly, but comes right back. Surprising resilience in this man, Berbick. Page wanting to put on a show in the final round. Hopeful of somehow getting the decision. Tenth round, fighting in a blistering heat. Still, no need to turn on the lights yet. They'll be on for the main event, I guess. Wild swinging now in the late going. That's what I mean. Halfway through the final round. Berbick again going to the stomach. There's been a lot of movement by Page. You've seen him bouncing that way substantially throughout the fight. But one has to question how purposeful that movement is. He is not. Ali. Berbick scoring on the inside there effectively. See, when Page gets those lefts in, fine, you score points. But you don't do damage because they are thrown from too far out, and the power is used up before its arrival. We await the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge Dwayne Ford scores 98-92. Judge Dave Moretti scores 98-92. And Judge Jerry Roth scores 96-94 for the winner by unanimous decision, Trevor Berbick.
So there it is, a huge step forward in the career of Trevor Berbick.